You should you should do Colgate commercials, whitest teeth on Twitch. Thank you. That's like the nicest compliment I've ever gotten ever. Oh my god, I'm like sweating now. I'm embarrassed. Oh god, am I blushing? So that's a funny story too. There was this picture of me that one of my cousins took, and when I looked at the picture, I realized that I had like the yellowest teeth ever. Like that my teeth looked disgusting. A lot of times when I was a child, I would like do the bare minimum of teeth brushing. When I saw that picture, I was just like disgusted with myself. So in high school, I spent like 2 years every single day wearing those Crest 3D white strips. I feel like now my teeth are just like ridiculously white. Whenever people talk about Crest 3D white strips, I can vouch for them. They do work, and I have the proof here on my face. My white teeth only came out of insecurity. I need to save that comment and like put it in my bio or something. The funniest thing too was like, I posted on Instagram about how I was super insecure about my teeth in high school, so I used Crest 3D white strips. And when I posted that on Instagram, the official Crest Instagram page DM'd me like, hey, we know high school is like a sensitive time, and so we appreciate you using Crest 3D white strips or something like that. Like wow, thanks Crest. Now I'm gonna push your product even harder. I just spit on my monitor. There was also this time where when I was like 9 or 10 years old, I was at the swimming pool, and so I closed my eyes under the water and swam to the bottom, but the pool was much shallower than I thought it was. So when I dove down into the water, I like just knocked my chin into the bottom of the pool, and then I chipped my front tooth. It wasn't like bad enough where I felt like I had to do anything about it. Like it wasn't like super like terrible, but there definitely was an indent in it. Fast forward a few years, when I was in high school, I ended up chipping my other tooth for a very silly reason. And so I go to the dentist with this chipped tooth, and they're like, hey, you have this other chip that we might as well fix too. So I was like, okay. So I have like 2 fillings on my front 2 teeth. So like both of my front 2 teeth are just like wrecked. But yeah, luckily now, after getting those fillings in my front 2 teeth, my teeth are like straighter than ever. In October, I went to Las Vegas for TwitchCon. There's this new thing in Vegas. It's called the Sphere because it's just a giant sphere. Yeah, there's this show inside of the sphere. It's like a movie inside of the sphere, and so it's like a big screen inside of this ball, and so it like wraps all around the theater. I posted my YouTube video talking about like, you know, how it was like a fun time. You know, there are tiny little things where it's like, okay, like I noticed like the screen cuts off at the bottom of the sphere, which is like, you know, it's such a tiny thing, but like something that I noticed. People came at me in the comments. The kind of hate comments where it's like they go after your personality. Like someone was like, I feel sorry for you and anyone who acts like you. Like what the hell? The funny thing though is that I don't think it was necessarily even negative. Like I still enjoyed it. Like I still had a really fun time. The parts where I did try to have a neutral perspective on it is what people took away from the video. I said so many positive things about the sphere, and then the one negative thing that I say is the thing that people latch onto. On a lighter note, did you guys hear that Pokimane is quitting Twitch? Really crazy, because I feel like Pokimane was one of like the biggest names in Twitch, like alongside like Ninja. It's also a really crazy realization just how long Twitch has been around, and also how long people have been like thriving from streaming on Twitch. Like I remember I discovered Pokimane in like 2018 when she was still doing Fortnite. And at first that didn't seem like that long ago, but like 2018 was 6 years ago. Like that's wild. Like somebody could have gone to high school and graduated within that time. It's also the thing now where it's like Twitch is in a very interesting place, with the CEO of Twitch coming out and basically saying that Twitch doesn't make money. A lot of it is just funded by Amazon. So I do like wonder what the future is gonna be for Twitch. I've been watching a lot of like new sort of breakout streamers possibly filling in the roles of the big names like Pokimane. I think Squeaks is a really good one. So it'll be interesting to see like all the up and coming streamers as the big names of Twitch possibly leave the platform or even like retire. Also, yeah, it's definitely end of an era now that there's no Pokimane on Twitch. Did you guys know that Pokemon's name is actually meant to be pronounced Pokemon? Because her name is Iman, and so like it's like a kind of like a pun. And she has a whole video on her YouTube channel like explaining this. My little half-brothers were really into Fortnite when Fortnite was the really big thing. And I was talking to them about Pokemon, and they're like, it's Pokimane. They were making fun of me for saying Pokemon instead of Pokimane, and I'm like pushing up my glasses. Actually, it's Pokemon. And like, mind you, like, you know, at the time I'm like 19 years old, and these are like 9 or 10-year-old kids, you know, my little half brothers. So saying Pokimane, it's one of those things where it's like I want to fit in with everybody, but deep down I know that it's supposed to be Pokemon. Oh my god, have you guys seen? There was this live stream that came out where it's inside of Extra Emily's bedroom. It's so messy and like dirty and stuff. And now I've been very like self-conscious about my own room. Like, oh god, is my room better or worse than Extra Emily's? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not super tidy about my room. Like, there is currently a bunch of clothes on my bed. I'm scared to use remake, re-release, or remaster ever again. In one of my videos, I said remake instead of remaster or something, or maybe remaster instead of remake. And somebody came at me in the TikTok comments and they were so butthurt about it. Because of the fact that I said remaster instead of remake, they said, no wonder you don't have any followers. And I'm just like, how can you get that upset about like the wrong word? And even then, like remake, remaster, re-release, they're all like very similar words. And then I checked out his profile. He has like a private profile with like 0 followers or something. It got even funnier because somebody kindly responded to the comment something along the lines of like, bro doesn't even have any followers himself or something. And then the original guy replied like, yeah, well, if I accepted all of my followers, I would at least have 300 or something. Like, oh my god, it just gets even better. You don't even know the difference between remake and remaster. No wonder you have no followers. I will admit, I don't know how young everyone is in chat. When I was maybe 13 or 14, I was very much a fanboy in like the toxic sense, where it's like I would make video essays about why you shouldn't buy an Xbox. So like there was a time, I can admit, when I was kind of toxic about that. Why I only like iPhones and everything else isn't good. I've definitely laid back about it over the years. There was a time where I was very much kind of toxic about fanboyism. But yeah, guys, don't buy Xboxes. It's terrible. Only buy Nintendo. Oh no, blue shell. Damn it. I hate that. When you get hit by the blue shell and then it's like 10 bajillion people pass by you. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you guys can tell. Now that I know that I'm making these highlight videos, I'm trying to be a lot more animated. I can definitely tell.